Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Miami Dolphins. So let's get into it. So the first story today is, for what I want to talk about today is Ryan Tannehill is doing really well in training camp. He's been throwing some really nice touchdown passes in the end zone when they've been practicing, because we got to work on our red zone. Obviously, I think one year we were down there more, like, and we were in the top 5 teams in terms of getting there, but we couldn't finish. Ryan Tannehill has been throwing some really nice touchdown passes in the end zone. He's been doing very good in training camp. This is his 4th straight practice, I think, without him throwing an interception. He had one, if you saw it, he had one really good touchdown pass to Kenny Stills. It was like a post to the right to the right pylon, and he threw it right over the defender. The defender was right on him and fit it right over the top for the touchdown. So Ryan Tannehill playing very well in training camp so far. The second thing I want to talk about is Jay Ajayi. Obviously missed practice because of a bruised knee. They want to be they just want to be very cautious with him. And Arian Foster took over most of the first team reps. I don't know why that's surprising a lot of people. That didn't surprise me at all. If you're surprised by that, I don't know. I don't know if you tell me why you're surprised about that. But what else? Okay. Other teams, we are so deep at defensive end. Now, this is important because we got to keep who's really good and who's truly not as good as the other person. This is something the Dolphins have failed at over the last few years, and that is making sure you keep the right player. So, like, Rob Nikovich, Wes Welker, all these players, making sure you keep the right player. Other teams are on the lookout for our defensive ends. We are so deep at defense on the defensive line that teams are waiting for us to cut certain players so they can come in and swoop and grab them. I mean, from Terrence Fede to Chris McCain, these are very talented young players that could become starters in the NFL. So we have got to make sure we keep the right ones, and that's very important for us. Seriously, that's extremely important. I don't want to lose the wrong guy here. The third and final thing we're going to talk about today is this mindset on the offensive line. Now, there's a lot of controversy with Dolphins fans over the years, and I've been one of these guys criticizing how we've handled the offensive line and who starts on it. And because you want to make sure, one of the things that I really think hurt us in these last few years, especially our offensive line, especially our young players, we've drafted a lot of guards over the years that have not panned out. And I think one of the reasons of that was because they didn't get a lot of reps, because we were constantly switching in and out guards, and they didn't get any reps hardly. And then Adam Gase talks about all the time, you got to make sure they get as much practice in, so when Sunday comes around, it's easy for them. And all these young players, it was like they were still in college. They were just getting manhandled in the trenches. So it's very important that we figure out what guard is going to start next to Tunsil, because Tunsil is definitely going to start at guard, whether you like it or not. I think, in my opinion, I would rather have, if he's better at tackle than Brandon Albert, then he should start at tackle. But that's not how this is going to work, and it sucks, I know, but it's, for some reason, it's a really stupid mindset to have, just because Brandon Albert is a vet, that he just automatically gets the tackle spot. If you guys remember, Brandon Albert started coming out of college, he was a guard, and then Kansas City transitioned him to tackle. So if Brandon Albert is a better guard than Tunsil is a guard, and Tunsil is a better tackle than Albert is a tackle, then why don't we at least try to see who's better at what? It's just a stupid mindset to have. But back to the reps thing. It's very important that we figure out what guard is starting next to Tunsil, because, again, like I said, reps are so important. People don't understand how much practice helps you. So if we don't get the right guy and figure out who that is going to be, and he doesn't have enough reps, then he's going to get manhandled out there, just like all these other years. Just all these young players, they need the reps to get better. That is how you develop young talent, and we have got to make sure we find out who that is, at least in the second game of the preseason. I would hope we find out who the starting guard is going to be, so he can take the majority of the reps. So that is going to be it, guys. I am Skagster83, and I will see you guys in the next one.